we doing today? Well, you know, besides fixing the nose, which I got a fender that's horribly painted right now. I'll have to repaint it in the future, but yeah, I gotta replace that, and then I gotta buy a hood, and then I got a bumper over there I gotta repaint. But today, instead of fixing the body, we are adding in 3.0 brakes. So this is a 325i. It's gonna have bigger brakes, and it's gonna look awesome and be awesome. Okay, so let's talk about what I've done. This is an M54 B25 with an M56 valve cover, and then a little catch can I got because, I don't know, I'm testing it out. I got this bar because I have BC coils and they're kind of stiff, so I'm trying to, you know, prevent any bendages. This has a 3.0 intake camshaft with the 3.0 intake manifold. Vanos was rebuilt by moi. Cooling system is pretty much rebuilt, except for a radiator. I should probably replace that. And I put this on there because it's cool, I guess. But it was an M54 B25 with MS 45.1, and I put in the MS43 ECU plus all the wiring harnesses, including the O2 sensor one, which was like $400, which was awesome, I guess. I got a one-piece intake 3.0 math from good old AutoZone, and yeah, it's getting closer to being a 3.0 with all this stuff. Little mistake. Forgot to loosen the lugs before I lifted the car, so I'll figure that out real quick. Let's talk a little more. I have an SLR rear trunk brace that's bolted in through the subframe. I got two tie downs or bungee cords holding in my good old toolbox, and then I keep like chemicals and rags and stuff back there, and then my good old trusty oil. I have a 3.38 diff. Mine's a manual 5-speed, so it had the 3.19. Got some SLR adjustable camber arms. I want to get like a Hotchkiss sway bar kit because that looks awesome. Oops, dropped you. And yeah, I got a 6-speed GS6 53BZ that I'm gonna put in here. I have the adapter for it, all the mounting stuff. I just need to get the drive shaft. But yeah. Oh, and the clutch and flywheel, which is like $1,200. Yeah, little oopsie. I had to lower it. So now we're gonna loosen it real quick. Okay, so looking at the difference between the rotors. Yeah, this is a 3.0 one. This is a off of my 2.5, which I just put on the driver's side front one to test it out. But now let's see differences between the caliper. From what I can tell, not really too much. Not really. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys will know better. Alrighty, I guess I'm gonna start my recording on the rear. So, what we gotta do is we have to remove the rotor, remove the e-brake stuff, pull the e-brake cord out, of course take off the caliper. We have to unbolt it from this guy right here, the shock, then from the lower control arm, the upper control arm, and then these guys. I hope I'm looking at them properly, and we can get this guy out. Okay, so this is the brake hose. It's easiest to start with removing the brake hose from there and here, you kind of have to like unscrew it at the same time. So loosen this one, loosen the bottom one, and then sort of like twist the whole hose until you get it out. Then you can get access to this bolt and the one, this guy right here, which are the bracket bolts, these guys. And then you can take the caliper off. You got to use a H6 on this guy to take him out. Be careful, he could strip. And then you can pull the rotor off. This guy down here is a 14. This bottom part is also a 14. And that one is an 11. I can't really get a good view, but this is the one that you're loosening. You just want to hold your 14 on this one to hold it, and then use this one to loosen this. Okay, down here, the brake hose is held in with this little clip. You gotta get a little screwdriver and pry it off. Actually, hold on. I think mine is missing the clip. Hold on. Oh yeah, I guess mine's missing the clip. So you're supposed to have a clip, use a screwdriver, and pry it off. Weird. Okay. But you're gonna loosen this until this one comes off completely, and then you can twist the whole hose until it comes out of this one. Oops. Well, yeah. All right, I'm gonna try and hopefully keep mine up here so no brake fluid. I don't lose any brake fluid, I guess. I'm gonna flush the whole system, but yeah. But yeah, I got the hose out. Now I'm gonna take caliper off real quick with those two bolts up here and down there. Okay, and then once you got those bolts off, hopefully it'll just wiggle off. Yeah, made it easy. Okay, so I'm just gonna put you down over here. Alrighty. And then I guess since I have studs, I have to remove these, so hopefully I don't damage them too bad. But yeah. Also, I guess this is still dripping, so it won't help. For this guy, I would say, you know, give it a couple hammer taps. You probably don't need a breaker bar, but I'm using one, I guess. And then snap. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so since I have a manual, well, you know, everyone should have that, I guess. Yeah. So, but undo that bad boy. Oh, I might have to give this a couple hammer hits, like right here, back and forth, and then it should just come off. Now let's compare it with one of his friends over here. Can't really tell from here, but oh yeah, it's like not bad. So I was kind of dumb. I forgot I gotta take the CV axle out with those bolts. So, you know, you kind of need the e-brake. So I had to put the rotor back on, and then I'm gonna go to put on the e-brake and start taking those bolts off. Okay, once you removed all 6 bolts from both sides, because I had to do it for both sides, it's very annoying. You gotta like engage the e-brake, undo one, disengage, turn it, engage again on both sides. It's very annoying. But now since I got that out, I can start getting this guy, and that guy, and then all these little guys, and we can get this thing out of here. Okay, once you got this guy off, there are these guys right here, and then, oh, right there. For some reason, I couldn't get an H to work, so I used a T30 on this guy, and you just twist it like a quarter and then pull it out. But now, yeah, I kind of forgot how to do these. I think it's just like you put a screwdriver in here, sort of pry it up, and then use pliers to pull the spring out. And I'm pretty sure once you get one spring out, you can just pull the whole thing out. Okay, once you get this whole thing out, you just want to like push that little guy out. If you can see And it's kind of hard to see. That guy's moving. Now. Oh, come on. Almost. Almost. Oh, so close. Almost got it out. But as you can see, now it's more back there. You just kind of want to like sort of twist it and then like pull it. There we go. Now it's out. Brake. Hello. Okay, you're gonna go over here. Forgot to record it. I took this guy out and then the like whole hub kind of just sank a little bit. So now it's kind of just floating. Then I think I'm gonna take the bottom one off and then the top and just slide the thing out. Yeah, so loosen this one before you take off this guy because it's not very easy to get to. All right, the ABS sensor connector is in this guy. Hold on. I'm gonna take off this clip, pull it out, and then there's, oh shoot, 1 tab, 2 tab, sweet, pull it out. Pull this big blue thing out. Push these in and push. Here we go. And there, it is out. Weight reduction. Okay, so I gotta take the studs out of this guy, but I also have RTAB shims in here that I gotta take out of this guy. So I'll try and get that for you. That thing ain't spinning. So now I am done with 50% of the new brakes. So yeah, those videos are about a year old, February 2024. I've been running them since then. I've gone to a couple autocross events and it's much nicer. I remember when I put steel brake hoses on, it felt, you know, much better, and then putting the B30 brakes on, like, that thing stops. It's awesome. But yeah, they're not even really that blue. I think one of them overheated a little bit at an autocross event. I think it was this guy, I think. But yeah, them hoes be slapping. I'm gonna make a part 2 because I'm not done with this video, but you know.